Hey guys, this is Watchalewknat, and today we got the review on the Bushmaster Carbon 15 brought to you by Airsoftstation. Hope you enjoy the video. Okay guys, before I officially get into the review here, at the end of the review, if you are interested in buying this gun, links will be in the description below. And also keep in mind, you can get this gun for $199. Now for that price, let's show you what you get. First thing you'll get here is a thermal style 300 round high capacity M4 magazine, a standard small to medium connector wall charger. We have our muzzle cap here. We have a quick detach sling mount which comes attached to the gun on the left side of the rail system. Then we have an 8.4 volt 1200 milliamp small to medium connector battery, multiple manuals and pieces of paper including a warning on charging your battery completely before its first use, a stop warning from Crosman, don't let that stray you away from this gun just yet, as in saying return this to the manufacturer, not the retail store. In this case that'd be Airsoftstation. Then we have the instruction manual, which comes in complete English on one page and then Spanish and another language on two other pages. We have the standard cleaning and unjamming rod. And then finally, the Bushmaster Carbon 15 itself. And lastly, on the box, I'm not going to cover this too much, but the box reveals that this gun, or at least this model gun, is a very well passed around gun, if you get the pun there. But basically, this gun is 4 different brands. What I mean by that is the first brand is ICS. Think of it as how Echo One takes a lot of their techniques from VFC on their latest guns like their XCRs. The box is ICS design. The stock FPS is ICS design. The pistol grip and the high capacity magazine is ICS design. The hop-up unit, as you'll see further on the video, is ICS design. And then finally, it is licensed by Bushmaster. And then the main distribution company is Crosman, and then their cross-brand, or their sub-brand, is Gameface Airsoft, which is another company that is slowly emerging in the airsoft industry. So as we see, this gun is licensed by one company, distributed by another, and takes many designs from another. So I was really surprised when I actually saw how good this gun was out of the box, taking ideas from all these companies. Moving on to my initial thought of the Bushmaster Carbon 15, this gun is very balanced. From the front to the back, there is not an overpowering of weight in any part of the gun. This being part to the fact that the rail system that comes with the gun is plastic, and overall the gun only weighs 5 pounds and 4 ounces, making it one of the lighter guns out there on the market, even, considering it is a CQB style gun. Also, out of the box, you get everything you need. You get a high cap magazine, you get that 8.4 1200 milliamp battery that goes inside the rail system rather easily. You have the rail system itself for modularity in the future when you get the money to get other parts if you're running low on cash. You get the sling mount, which saves you about $15 to $20 on actually buying another one. And you also get the forward assist. That way you don't have to dry fire all the time to reset the gears, which is a nice feature for any beginner's gun, which is what I've classified this as. Starting off with your main M4 features on this gun, you have your standard LE stock right here, mainly plastic except the rear sling attachment and your screws. Hitting the adjustment button, you go all the way out to the 6th position, and then going in, you have a total of 6 positions on the stock. Buffer tube itself is a matte black finish, and it is full metal, including the tightening nut at the back. Moving on to the charging handle, it is fully functional, just like you expect on any standard M4 Airsoft AEG. As you see, that makes the bolt go back itself, revealing the ICS M4 style hop-up, therefore telling me even more this is an ICS gun. Besides the fact we also have that forward assist. And the final standard M4 feature we will look at here on the Bushmaster is the fire selector switch. Stock, it is only on the left side just like you would find on an M4, but you do have safe, semi and auto, or safe, semi and auto on both sides. Unfortunately though, the selector switch itself is slightly loose, but something you can get over. Moving on to the 2 main features of the Bushmaster Carbon 15, we have the flip up sights. As you see, this looks like just your standard flat top rail system, but then with a nice squeeze and pull up, you have a full set of front and rear sights. It gives you the option of the blade or the small peephole for the longer ranges. I actually find these sights to be pretty accurate, as they are stationary and they cannot be adjusted at all. So, you know, out of the box, you're going to get the same shot every time. Moving on to the main feature of this weapon, we have the rail system in front. Getting it out of the way, yes, it is slightly bulkier than your standard rail system. Yes, it is full plastic, but it is very practical. When I say that, it is very easy to disassemble. With one pin in the front, similar to any G36 AEG out there, one pin, you can take off the whole handguard on the G36, or in our case, our rail system. It is full plastic. It is all one piece except the screws and the parts that hold in the flip-up sights. So that's very nice. You know, there's not so many parts to it to break. And then putting it back on is easily as using two hands after you put the battery in, and the rail goes right back on. So that's really nice. And also, this is where the battery goes. As you see, we have these 4 compartments to easily manage your battery, as your battery is in 3 different parts. So after you put the battery in, you take your pin and you put it right back in. And just like that, your rail system's back together. And on top of that, being 4-sided, you can put any attachments up here. And also, it is flat top with the gun. So very practical rail, and altogether it wraps up the gun to make a really good product. Okay guys, being that I did classify this as a great beginner's gun, it is only fair that I show you how to load the magazine and put the battery in. So starting in with the high cap, if you have never seen a high cap magazine before, basically you have the trap door on top that opens right up. Take a handful of .2 seamless BBs, put those right in, close the trap door. Here's the feeding nozzle at top. On the bottom, you'll see a winding wheel. Wind that up till you see the BB stop at the top. The magazine will make a different sound. And I'd say wind it for another 10 to 15 seconds to get you enough BBs to get in the game. Okay, after filling the magazine full of BBs, now you got to put the battery in the gun. As previously stated a couple of times, battery goes inside of the rail system. You just take the one pin out of the front, slide the rail system right off. And now here's the slightly tricky part. This is the way I do it, and it's most effective. The 2 sections that are 2 cells of batteries, as this is an 8.4, there's 2 sections of 2 and 1 section of 3. If we're looking at the left side of the gun, put those 2 sections in right here. And then put the 3rd section in going around it if we were going anti-clockwise or counterclockwise. Then take your plugs, put them together, and then hold all your wires in. Put your rail system back on. And just like that, you have your battery and the gun. One more thing to mention before testing is magazine compatibility with this gun. I find magazines to fit in this gun a whole lot easier than you would think. We have our standard thermal magazine based off the ICS that comes with the gun. That fits in fine and feeds great. Moving on, we have a King Arms high cap. As you see, that clicks right in the gun, no problem. We have a King Arms Magpul PTSP mag, 120 round. That fits in just fine. Moving on to the Star/Ares 75 round PMag, that goes in just fine. Moving on to our Echo 1 mid caps, they fit in just fine. And our final mag being the Lornex Flash mags, these also fit in just fine. Okay guys, here is our chrono results. Just let me turn the chrono on. Dang. Come on. Okay, there we go. As you can tell, there's the chrono on the right side. On the left side, we have all our FPS readings, and they are with 0.2 gram BBs. We have, I'd say, 11 shots, or 11 or 12 shots here. The first one was 318.2, and everything else was within 2 FPS of each other, so I canceled that out as my first shot. And our lowest shot was 327.7, and then our highest shot was 330.1. So I think it's safe to say this gun is very consistent, and these are readings after 2 full mags through the gun. And the box saying it gets 330 FPS, the box wasn't lying. Also, the box said it gets 1,000 rounds per minute. On the stock battery fully charged, I was getting 16.46 rounds per second, or 987.6 rounds per minute. So very accurate box readings and very accurate results and consistent results from my FPS test. Okay guys, so in conclusion, very consistent at 330 FPS and a rate of fire of almost or right at 1,000 rounds per minute. You're getting a gun out of box, very solid, and I might say the shim job itself sounds really good out of box. Even with just the 8.4 1200 milliamp battery, you go with it. In conclusion, the pros, you get the rail system, you get a balanced gun, you get a light gun. Cons, yeah, the rail system's a little bit bulkier than normal. It's easy to get over though, and as far as the battery situation goes, if you're a beginner and you don't know how to take off the battery tray, or you don't know how to resolder and stuff, your only real option is to have the stock battery, although you get a really good performance with it. So overall, a very good gun for $200 on the mark, available on airsoftstation. What are y'all waiting for? I just love the gun so much, I wish I could keep it. And as you see, I just got me a simple grip and a red dot, and this is perfect for CQB or field because of the FPS. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed everything you've seen so far, the sneak peek and the review on the Bushmaster Carbon 15. Stay tuned for the full accuracy test, as you'll see next video. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed. This is Watchalewknat, and I'm out.